Hello to all of you. In this video, I am going to talk about the very important terms and concepts of English literature, which every student, or I can say the every aspirant of competitive exam must know. These are like the student who can study about this like a BA, MA, or NET set, or any other competitive exams of English literature. Students or aspirants can study about this. So these are very basic and very important terms of this particular kind of work, or I can say the terms. So these are very important terms, right? So first we have to proceed with this, right? So there are many other terms which are really important. The first one is like to culture. So as we know about in English literature, there are a lot of terms which are very basics and important that we must have to know. As UGC has included the one topic of cultural studies, so it will relate to that. So the first term is to culture, right? So it is a phrase coined in 1959. So you have to be notice these points, right? To culture is a term or a phrase coined in 1959 by the English novelist and scientist whose name is C.P. Snow. So his name is C.P. Snow, who has coined the term to or phrase to culture in 1959. So it dramatized the gap in knowledge that exists between the scientist and humanist. So it is about the scientist and humanist, the gap that exists between the scientist and humanist, right? So it dramatized that gap in knowledge that exists between the scientist and humanist. So this is the first term, to culture, right? Then transactional theory. So the theory is itself is really very important. So it is an approach, right? So it is an approach to literature or a theoretical approach to literature, we can say is a general approach or a theoretical approach that emphasize the interaction of reader and the text. This is really very important, that emphasize the reader and the text, right? So it is an interaction between the reader and the text. So that's called transactional theory. The reader the critic Louis Rosenblatt, he first put forth the theory in literature as exploration. So his work is exploration in 1938, which has published. So he included this kind of theory, transactional theory, that we call, right? So it is really very important as a point of view study, right? So the next is unities. And now the next term, which is really very important, as we know about Aristotle, so this term is related to unities. So we know that unity is like a time, place, and action. These are the three unities by Aristotle, as we know, which is really very important, which form the base of dramas or plays, as we can say, right? So if the question has come, what are the unities or general like unities are, so they will might confuse you like time, place, action, and something different. So you must know about time, place, and action. These are the three which is the main unities, which is really very important, right? Which has given by Aristotle. So this is something about the unities. Then the next one is Yale critics, right? YALE. If you find any kind of problem with regards to the notes, so I will share these notes on the description box or in the comment section. So you can download this particular type of notes on that particular link, which I will share. So a group of critics. So the Yale critics is a group of critics associated with deconstruction. So this is the first point, which is really very important, and you have to notes, right? You have to note this Yale critic, and then just put down short notes like related to deconstruction in the 70s and 80s, right? 1970s, as we can say, or 80s, who were on the faculty of Yale University. So these are the people associated with the faculty of Yale, right? Faculty of Yale University. So the next one is the group include the people which include in that particular group as are J. Hillis Miller and Geoffrey Hartman, and then Paul Deman, right? These are the three very important particular group or the persons which is related to Yale critics, right? So there might be the question Yale critic or something, who are the people that they will give you four option and give you four names, right? So you have to identify like J.H. Miller is one, George Hartman is one, and Paul Deman is one. So these are the leading exponent of deconstruction in USA, right? So this is something is all about USA, United States, right? So the term is also really very important. So how you will note down all the points, like first you have to write down unities. Time, Place and Action by Aristotle, something like this. You have to make a short notes, right? Yale critic. So don't write all these points, just write down related to deconstruction, 1970s and 80s, means it is near to that particular period, and the faculty of Yale University and the people like J.H. Miller, Geoffrey Hartman and Paul Deman. Like you have to write down this, and the term is related to USA, right? They will give you Africa, Britain, something. So you have to notice that the exponent of this the people who are leading that particular group, so they are from the US, right? So the movement is related to US, right? So then the next one is, as we know, is the next one, which is really very important, is yellow journalism. So this is a very yeah, important question, as we can say, or the term yellow journalism. We must have to know what about the yellow journalism. So it is a term, right? First, used for newspaper and magazine. So we have to note this point, right? It is used for newspaper and magazine, which is emphasize scandal and lurid stories. So we have to note this, right? So it is really very important for us to know. So these are some very basics and important points you have to jot down, right? So these are some important terms which is really very important. First one is to culture, then transactional theory, then unities, then Yale critic, and then yellow journalism. So just revise this again and again. Might be it will helpful you in any other aspects. Maybe the question is directly from this term, or maybe it is related to that particular any other question, right? So it will help you directly or indirectly. So just make some short notes, or just close your eyes and revise these all points while playing the video, and concentrate on the points which you have to be note, right? So for if you like the video, then like it and share it to others, and just subscribe to the channel. Thank you.